In this video, I'm going to show you how to build an easy content planner that allows you to capture ideas even grouped by the platform, move your content through a dedicated pipeline from start to finish, and allows you to see done and cancelled content at once. So in this video, first we will build the database and then we will build the dashboard. For those who don't know me, my name is Leon and I'm verified by Notion with all of the 3 badges and the admin certificate. And here is the content planner dashboard. By the way, I prepared a page that is linked in the video description down below that you can duplicate to your workspace to follow along as I'm building this template. In this chapter, I want to show you how to build the core database. So first, let's look what we want to build. So this is the dashboard that you can see here. And down here, we have the database in which everything is stored. Let's switch over to the right side and let's rebuild this. First, write /database full page, then name it content pieces and give it this social media post icon. Then the first property that we need is we need a multi-select property and call it platform. The next thing we need is we need a status property, then also a person property, call it assignee, and we also need a date property called upload date. Now let's add a test entry, and for platform let's add YouTube as an example and change the color to red. For status, we also need to click on edit property, and in complete, we also want another option called cancelled, and we want to drag this under done and make it red. So these are the projects that we finished and uploaded, and these are the projects that we started but then cancelled and never uploaded. Also, for to do, we need another option and call it idea. Let's make it to differentiate it in default. So we have our idea. So for example, if something comes to mind and I just want to capture it, then it's an idea. And then if I decide to make a video on an idea, I can put it to not started or even in progress. Then let's call this video 1. So this is our first video. It's YouTube, it's not started. Then I set me for the assignee. And let's say I want to upload it on February 8th. So this is our first entry, and you can see now everything is prepared. Now let's start adding our 3 views. First, add a list view, call this view ideas, and give it the social media post icon. Then we can click on done and further customize it. We can group, and there we want to group by the platform. Here we can leave everything how it is. Now what we also want to do is we want to add a filter, and here we want to click on plus advanced filter, then click here to open it, and we want to filter by status is, and here only select the idea option. And last but not least, for visible properties, we only want to see the status. Now let's see if this works. So let me put this back to idea, and you can see it shows up here under the YouTube toggle and the status is idea. So now let's put it back to not started. It disappears and shows up here. Now for the second view, we want to add a board view. So click on plus, click on board view and call it pipeline. Then click on the icon and select our social media post. By the way, as I'm building this, also let me know in the comments down below which template builds you would like to see as a video. Now what we have here is we want to show our icons, that is correct. We want to wrap the content. Group by status is something that I will edit in a second. You can color the columns or don't color it, then the background will not appear in the same color. Side pick is great. Card preview, we don't want to have a card preview. Then for the size, medium is good. And here we don't want to have the list. List means that every property that we show will show up in its own row. For compact, you can even set that properties show up next to each other, which makes it as it says, more compact. So this is something we will set in a second after I decided on which properties to show. First, now click on Done, and now click on the grouping. And here we don't want to hide empty groups because then we can't drag it in the next group if there is no entry. So untoggle it. Then for idea, we don't want to show it here as its section, also not done and cancelled, but we want to pin them so they show up on the right, and I could, for example, drag it into done. Then what we also do is we add a sorting, and we want to sort by upload date ascending, as well as by the platform, and here also ascending. Now click on Save for Everyone, and let's go over to the property visibility. Now here what we want to display is we want, of course, to see the platform, the assignee, and the upload date. Now, as I told you, we have this list layout. So this is its own row, this is its own row, and this is its own row. So now click back here, click on Layout, and change it to compact. And now you can see YouTube, the assignee, and the date are next to each other, and it's way more compact. Now let's add our third view. Now for our third view, we want to add a gallery view. So click on plus, here click on, where is it? Here click on gallery view, call it complete, because here the projects that are either done or cancelled will show up, and set the icon again to our social media post. Now here we want to wrap all content. We want to change the opening pages to side peek, card preview. We don't want a card preview. Then card size medium is fine. And again, here we later will change this to compact. But for now, let's click on Done, and we want to add a grouping. Click on Group and group by platform, and here, as previously, we can leave it how it is. The next thing we want to add is we want to add a sorting, and here we want to group by the status ascending, and now click on Save for Everyone. Furthermore, here, besides grouping and sorting, we also want to add a filter. Now click on Advanced Filter and open it. And here select the status, and we only want to select complete, so done and cancelled. Now last but not least, let's click on Property Visibility, and here we only want to see the status. Now these are all our three views. To see that this also works, let's set this to done, and you can see it shows up here. Now what I want to do is I want to create one database template for one type of content. So here click on this arrow and click on New Template. Then click on Add Icon, select the social media post and call it YouTube Video. Now what you can do is you can, for example, set the assignee to the person who duplicated, or you can select a specific person, for example, in my case, me. Then what we also want to do is here we want to pre-select YouTube. So every time I create an instance of this YouTube video, this will get pre-filled. Now we can click away here and let's open our table view, click on plus new page. And here you can see this YouTube video template. Now, if we select this, it says YouTube video and YouTube gets pre-selected. Now, the next thing that I want to do is now we have our views, we have our properties, but if you click, let's also select this template. If you click in here, now what we can do is we can apply a customized layout. Now it makes not that much of a difference here, but if you make changes to this template, for example, you add more properties, it will become way more relevant. So let's click on Customize Layout. Here we want to set the inline comments to minimal. We want to turn these page discussions off. Property icons is okay. We want to make this full width, so we have more space. Then we can move this to the panel, and here we can pin all our properties to have them in this pinned section. Now click on apply to all pages and we have our new layout. One thing I forgot that just came to mind is here in the database template, of course, you can create patterns. You can, for example, create a toggle for the ideation and do everything in here. You can create a toggle for the script and do your script in here, or whatever you prefer. You can do it here. You can create a pattern that will also get duplicated every time you create a new instance of this. So bottom line, here in the body, you can create patterns that show up every time you create a new instance of this to plan your videos. And this is just one template. You can create templates for every type of content, for example, a Instagram reel, a TikTok, a YouTube short, a LinkedIn post, whatever. By the way, if you don't want to miss videos like this, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And now that's it for this chapter. Let's move on to the next chapter. In this chapter, I want to build the layout with you. So as you can see here, I return to our content planner page. Now let's move the content pieces databases out of sight. So it disappears here, but is still there. First, add an H3, write hashtag, 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 and call it content pieces. Then press Command Shift and the left arrow key to select everything. Press Command U, Command B, Command E, and then select the blue color. Then write /callout and you can add a callout under here. And by the way, maybe not by the time of the upload of this video, but there will be a link to the improved version that is paid, which has even more features and capabilities. Now, if you already have this template and now in a second finish the complete build and then want to further customize it to your personal needs, there is a link down below with a limited number of free seats where we can hop on a call and adjust the template to your needs. But now let's add all the three views that we prepared. Let's just write linked view of data source and there select our content pieces database. Now first let's add our ideas view. Click on X and here hide the title. Then click on plus. Here it doesn't matter, just click on table, content pieces, and then add our pipeline view, as well as last but not least our third view, which is our complete view. And there you have it, a simple social media planner. If you also do meetings for your content pieces and you don't know how to do meetings in Notion efficiently, to close this loop, watch this video over here. Stay consistent. See you.